The shimmering solar panels, the graceful arcs of wind turbines, they've become symbols of our environmental redemption. We readily embrace these emblems of a future free from fossil fuels, believing we are making a clean break from the dirty energy sources of the past. But this vision of a pristine, green energy future, while alluring, is dangerously incomplete. What we often miss in our celebration of renewable energy is the uncomfortable truth about its environmental underbelly. The transition to a renewable energy future, while necessary, is not without its own environmental consequences. It demands a reckoning with the ecological footprint of mining rare earth minerals, manufacturing solar panels, and constructing massive wind turbines. We must acknowledge that this transition, while promising a cleaner tomorrow, is itself reliant on the very fossil fuels it aims to replace. The allure of clean energy has shielded us from confronting these difficult questions. The environmental cost of renewable energy technologies, often obscured by the urgency of climate change, is a story that demands to be told. We need to move beyond the seductive simplicity of clean versus dirty energy and engage in a more honest conversation about the trade-offs inherent in any large-scale energy transition. The shift to renewable energy sources necessitates a dramatic increase in the extraction of raw materials. Solar panels, wind turbines, and electric vehicle batteries all require vast quantities of metals and minerals, many of them rare and difficult to mine. This surge in demand has fueled a new mining boom, leaving behind a trail of environmental devastation.
Consider the cobalt used in lithium-ion batteries, an essential component of electric vehicles and renewable energy storage systems. Much of the world's cobalt is mined in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where extraction practices are often unregulated and unsafe, resulting in widespread environmental degradation and human rights abuses. From the rainforests of South America to the grasslands of Inner Mongolia, mining operations are scarring the planet to feed our insatiable appetite for clean energy technologies.
The sight of wind turbines gracefully spinning on the horizon has become synonymous with clean energy. Yet the journey of these towering structures from factory floor to open field is deeply intertwined with the very fossil fuels they aim to displace. The production, transportation, and installation of wind turbines rely heavily on carbon-intensive processes. Manufacturing a single wind turbine blade requires vast quantities of energy, much of which is derived from fossil fuels. The transportation of these massive blades involves diesel-powered trucks and ships, releasing further emissions into the atmosphere. Even the concrete foundations that anchor these colossal structures contribute to the carbon footprint of wind energy. While wind turbines generate clean energy once operational, their initial carbon debt is substantial. The disposal of wind turbine blades, which can be difficult and costly to recycle due to their size and composition, presents an emerging environmental challenge. The promise of renewable energy lies in its potential to generate electricity from sources like sunlight and wind, freeing us from our dependence on finite and polluting fossil fuels. However, the reality is that the production of renewable energy technologies is itself heavily reliant on fossil fuels, creating a paradoxical dependence on the very sources of energy we seek to eliminate. Factories that manufacture solar panels, wind turbines, and batteries require immense amounts of heat and electricity, much of which is generated by burning coal or natural gas. This dependence on fossil fuels for manufacturing underscores the interconnectedness of our energy systems and highlights the challenges of transitioning to a truly decarbonized future. Fluctuations in fossil fuel prices can directly impact the cost of renewable energy technologies, potentially hindering their deployment. The rise of renewable energy and the electrification of transportation have fueled an insatiable demand for semiconductors, the tiny chips that power everything from solar panels to electric vehicles.
The production of these essential components, while often overlooked, comes with its own set of environmental consequences. Semiconductor manufacturing is an energy-intensive process, requiring vast amounts of electricity and ultra-pure water. The fabrication facilities, known as fabs, operate around the clock, consuming enormous amounts of energy, often generated from fossil fuels. The production of the specialized chemicals and gases used in chip manufacturing also generates significant greenhouse gas emissions. Furthermore, the disposal of electronic waste, including discarded solar panels and batteries, poses a growing environmental threat. Addressing the environmental impact of semiconductor production will be crucial for ensuring the sustainability of the clean energy transition.
The environmental impact of renewable energy technologies is not an argument against renewable energy. It is, however, a call for honesty, transparency, and a more nuanced understanding of the complexities inherent in any large-scale energy transition. We must move beyond simplistic narratives that portray renewable energy as a silver bullet solution to climate change. Ignoring or downplaying the environmental costs associated with renewable energy development risks undermining public trust and hindering our ability to make informed decisions about our energy future. Transparency and accountability are essential for building public support for renewable energy. The pursuit of a truly sustainable future requires going beyond the rhetoric of green and clean energy and engaging in a more honest conversation about the trade-offs and complexities inherent in our energy choices. It demands that we move beyond the simplistic binary of fossil fuels versus renewables and embrace a more holistic approach to energy systems. This approach must prioritize energy efficiency and conservation alongside the deployment of renewable energy technologies. It must also encompass a just transition for workers and communities currently dependent on fossil fuel industries. Ultimately, the goal is not simply to replace one form of energy with another, but to fundamentally rethink our relationship with energy and to create a more equitable and sustainable energy future for all. We must recognize that there are no easy answers or silver bullet solutions to the climate crisis.